Actually.
Back to funny Christian merchandise.
Yeah, ha 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 ha, wasn't that hilarious?
Hi, I'm Dr. Zach Moore, and you're watching Atheist Edge.
Alright, so whatever this is,
These are proud shirts about communicating clear messages about what they believe is, I don't know, right?
See, I almost think I can explain this. And I'm going to have to go way back to my Christian days. So it's going to be hard. But when you're a Christian, there are things that Christians think are cool that are not cool to anyone else. Because you're in little Christian land and you have different standards.
And you live inside of a sort of a bubble.
Yes.
Right.
So
okay, I'm following you so far.
Someone who is bold enough to wear this is going to be big in Christian circles, lame in every other circle. But Christians are called to be not of this world.
Right.
So wearing a shirt like this is a way of showing how not of the world you are.
It's so I get that. I think it's also an attempt to communicate this idea that through the indwelling of the Spirit, I've rejected this world and I've changed my ways, and God has made me a better human being, even though they're all human things that they're rejecting.
It could be. It could also be just bog standard holier than thou piety.
Yeah. So I was from the Church of Christ, and the holier than thou thing really resonates with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think these were a thing when I was in college, and I went to a Christian college, and I'm pretty sure most of us in the Christian college are still like, what the fuck are these guys doing? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I don't think it's like a big seller or anything like that, but their existence at all is.
Can you ever
troubling.
can you ever recall selling one of these?
Let's see, I was looking back, and this is going back to the internet circa 2007, so there's not like a ton of info about these out there. We never sold them in a Christian bookstore. I think it was some ministry, some church that was putting these out specifically.
Did you so on the Christian college campus, did you ever see anybody wear one of these shirts?
Not that I can recall. I probably would have recalled something like that. So if they didn't make it to my random 1,500 person Christian school in Arkansas, then I don't know what they would have done.
I see. But, right. That none of these would have gone over very well on that campus.
It would have started some discussions on the old message boards, but I don't think anyone would have been like, "That's wrong." I don't think anyone would have said that. They've been like, "I wouldn't wear that, but good for you." And I have to wonder, okay, if the people who are wearing the ex-homosexual surge or ex-bisexual surge are actual people who are gay and have gone through conversion therapy or some sort of spiritual thing, how many of them have been recidivists in the last 10 years?
The whole conversion therapy thing, sorry, that just bothers me.
Yeah, it's a whole other video there, but
it bothers all of us.
It's troubling.
See that discussed in online apologetics forums sometimes.
Why do you want to try to fucking change who you're attracted to?
Because God said it's icky.
And so does the Apostle Paul, and frankly, that might be more important.
And all the leaders of those conversion therapy clinics come out eventually.
Yeah.
They're all closet.
Yeah, we have, actually speaking of my Christian's college, we had an ex-gay, like an English professor, I think, who was married and had kids, and lo and behold, look him up on Facebook a few years later, and he's with a dude. So
good for him, though.
Good for him.
Live out loud. Be who you are.
Yeah. That's such a tragic thing. And unfortunately, it's used as proof to people like my parents that like gay is a choice and that it can be converted. Like they've met somebody who is a former gay person, and so for them that's enough proof to say that being gay is like going against God's plan for you, and that
how do you choose who you're
happier.
attracted to, though?
They don't.
It's a myth. It's nothing but ignorance that drives that position. So I have a very good friend from college, a female, who tried very, very hard for many years. She's a devout Christian. To this day, she's a devout Christian. She tried very hard for many years to deny who she was as a person, and it made me very angry. And over the years, I tried to gently encourage her. It's okay to embrace who you are. There's nothing evil about this. And we had some very frank conversations, and I don't want to get into a lot of detail, but an accusation was made against her by some people, and it really troubled her. Fast forward about 15 years, and maybe 5 years ago, I got a message from her on Facebook. We still are in contact regularly, and she wanted me to know that she was getting married to a woman who was the love of her life, and I was one of the first people she wanted to share that with, and I was touched by that. I'll say this about Christianity, that just as a complete aside, I apologize, but it's one of the ways that Christianity is killing us. This idea that there is some inherent evil that is associated with icky behaviors that men don't like to think about. And it says a whole lot more about the mentality of Bronze Age warrior nomads, that stuff is icky, than it does about the people engaging in these behaviors. And
It's just men that are fucking having these.
So I think that the reason this is a problem is because patriarchy has sort of dictated the position of the social acceptance of behavior for 3,000 years. And there may be women who are opposed to this too, but let's be honest, the loudest of the voices and the biggest of the hate is coming from the male figures who are shouting this down. I think that this idea that behavior is evil, and that when it's happening between consenting adults in the privacy of a bedroom, I think that's insane. And I think the criticism of the private love lives of people, I think that's evil.
Yeah.
And I'll call out Christianity right now as an evil force in the world when it opposes that.
Well, and I just want to clarify what I think TJ was kind of alluding to is the system of the patriarchy as like a Christian system is affecting both men and women and their opinion of these kind of behaviors.
Sure.
So the criticism of this kind of behavior does come from women, but it stems from a patriarchal outlook which affects both.
And this is the point I'm making.
Yeah.
There was an
Thank you for building that bridge.
There was an article, I think New York Times Magazine a few years ago, and it showed a duck on the front. It said, "The love that dare not quack its name." And it was about the fact that they've easily identified well over 400 different species of animals in which homosexual behavior is quite common. And so I'm thinking there's a lucrative opportunity here for pet deconversion.
That's very bad. That's a bad argument, though. That's a
Bring
bad
in your
argument.
queer dog, and I'll straighten him
That's
out.
funny.
And
That's a very bad argument when you look at other behaviors that are also prevalent in other animals, like murder or rape. I mean, there are other things that are prevalent in animal species also.
Yeah.
That you could look at that aren't good.
Well, no, the argument.
So don't look at it as. I mean, you can't look at it as because this happens also in animal species
No,
that
TJ,
it's
yeah.
good.
So TJ, the argument. Wait a minute.
Thanks, Owen, for bringing the mood
so
all
I'm
down.
going to
though.
do
how
my
does a duck
custodial
choose
duty,
to be gay?
and
No, yeah, it doesn't.
Bring us back on.
yes,
I don't think it does.
Wait, just
I have fun Christian shit to talk about.
Okay,
Exactly.
one clarification of that point though is that the argument of it being just as natural as say murder, it's not saying that because it's prevalent in the animal kingdom that it's good. It's saying that it's prevalent there, that it's natural. So the idea, the argument against homosexuality.
So natural doesn't mean
TJ.
good.
Right, but it means But the argument of Christianity is that homosexuality is not natural, and so that argument that it's that it's in the animal kingdom is that it is prevalent and natural, and so that doesn't necessarily
Not
make it a
labeling
moral
that.
question.
Yeah.
It makes it whether it happens naturally.
Back to funny Christian merchandise.
Yeah, ha 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 ha! Wasn't that hilarious? So, this is something we sold in a Christian bookstore, and I've never seen it anywhere else where there is a thing of taking brand logos
And turning it
putting
toward
your
Jesus.
own little Christian spin on it, because this is the height of Christian humor. I can only assume. Like this is for like super white, super
So,
suburban people who
the-
only ever see brand logos.
Yeah, the Jesus King of Kings there with the Reese's peanut butter cup, is that because blood and flesh are two great tastes that taste great together?
Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
Is that, you get the Judah thing, the Lion of Judah?
Yeah.
See, I really think this started with someone saying, "Hey, Jesus rhymed with Reese's."
Maybe
And
that
made a
tastes
shirt,
great. Maybe
and
it
then
really
someone was
tastes
like,
good.
"Hey, that's
Yeah.
clever. What else can we do this with?" And now we have this whole microeconomic system you see here.
His way lived free, except subject to all the rules.
Yes, you cannot have it your way. You cannot have pickles on it.
Nope. You don't make it
You
with
could
pickles.
have a plain
Pickles are evil.
Yeah, you can have
Pickles are an
Pickles are
abomination.
evil.
Sorry,
yeah. You can have plain bread and wine, and you'll like it.
I'm telling you, if the Hebrews had known of such a thing as cucumbers and dill, they would have said, you mark my words, Exodus would have said that dill pickles are an abomination.
But if you think these are bad, I included this next one.
Oh,
as a-
wait, there's more.
I know.
Wait, there's more.
So,
So that's a little bit more recent?
that's more recent, and I don't know if this is sarcastic or not. I hope it is, because the alternative is so much worse. The idea, it's like, so
So I love that it's grammatically correctly written,
yes, they include the apostrophe
Right.
in there.
right?
Which is rare for Christians.
Yes.
Jesus' life matters. Except to me.
What?
It doesn't matter to me at all. But it's this t-shirt.
What?
Here comes Courtney.
Oh my god!
Like, that's actually what they intended for you to conclude, actually.
Yeah.
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 She was kidding. Please don't be offended. She was kidding.
What does that even mean?
It means Jesus is
Crazy shit. Yeah.
So, I've got a question for you. Rex and I visit Sunday schools, and we've been on the show. And I'll tell you, 95% of the time, we walk in cold to a Sunday school class, and they are studying what? It's an adult Bible study class.
Yeah.
And they're reading a Bible passage. And 95% of the time, they're reading something written by Paul.
Yeah.
So if Jesus' life matters, how come they're never studying
good
what
point.
Jesus said? How
Instead
come?
of what
I've even
Paul
got a
said,
blog
yeah.
post about this. How come they never study Jesus? They are always reading Paul.
Huh.
So
Who never met Jesus?
Yeah, and Jesus' life matters, but not to the Nicene Creed. Think about this for a minute. The Nicene Creed starts with born a virgin and executed by Pilate.
Yeah.
At the first day of Jesus' life and the last day of Jesus' life, one can be an Orthodox Christian and know nothing whatsoever of Jesus' life.
That's
You
true.
can't possibly tell me Jesus' life matters. What they should say is Jesus' death matters.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's the only thing Paul needed from Jesus.
Yeah.
Orthodox Christianity springing from the Apostle Paul. The only thing Paul needed from Jesus was for him to sit there and die.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a lot hard to
However-
fit all that into a t-shirt.
Right,
Yeah.
sorry. Silly atheists, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Let's come up with a cute slogan and stop thinking further.
It's a lot like religion,
Jesus'
right?
lives matter. Has he been shot by cops or what?
So strictly speaking, he was executed by the authorities.
It should be his second life matter.
Is this the war on Christmas that we're talking about?
No.
Now, really,
It's the war on BLM.
Oh man.
BLM?
Black Lives Matter.
No, what I'm saying is like why, like,
It's an answer to that. It's the reason that this is
no,
a thing.
it's an answer to like Christianity is under attack is what it
Yes.
sounds like.
This probably bothers me more than the others.
Yeah.
The
It's-
ex-homosexual
yeah.
thing pissed me off.
It's almost
That,
it's
that bothers me.
I had a shirt that said warning may talk about politics. You okay with that one?
I'm okay.
it's almost like all the Black Lives Matter stuff was going on for a while, And then we had the police officers get attacked in Dallas.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
IJW.
Blue Lives Matter goes up everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like all of a sudden now it matters to us and to a certain group of people. And I think that's what this is for. It's for people who don't think BLM has merit, but they still want to get in on that action.
Right.
They want to make their own points.
They want to
along the
create
same
their own
lines.
victimhood.
They do. Oh my lord.
Yay.
We're persecuted too.
So on that note, that's all I got.
The myth of persecution.
And
Oh god.
I feel like such a weight has been lifted. off of
So,
my-
do you feel like sort of reviewing this with the free thought community? This has been good penance for you.
It has.
You used to hawk these wares.
I used to be on every streetcar like, T-shirts, get your T-shirts here.
Get your t-shirts, eh?
Hey, buddy, you're not wearing a T-shirt. Get a Sprite shirt
If
that
you're
says
not
Spirit.
wearing a t-shirt, you're not up on the fair. Yeah.
And I'm from New Jersey, so I sounded like that. But,
All right.
so that's our crap Christian products. If you have crap Christian products that you want to point out, throw them in the comments. If you there's just probably stuff I forgot from over the years, just from time. So
That's a pretty scary list.
yeah, that's why I remember. Think of what I'm repressing right now. But
I'm pissed there's no Virgin Mary dildo though. I thought you were gonna.
There was no
That-
Virgin Mary
hey.
dildo set.
we carried Mary statues that could be used as dildos.
Oh.
If you're
That's
brave.
true. Just put a battery in them.
Seriously.
Yeah. Or just shake
Yeah.
it really hard. Oh man! So, Alden, thank you for participating. in
Thanks.
this endeavor
It's great to be
with
here with
us.
you, Chris. That was awesome.
So, I don't know when this is going to come out, but are there any skeptical Texans as part of the?
One's gonna come
Rex
out.
and I are making a presentation to a group in Carrollton in December. And I think we've got that up on the website, skepticaltexans.org, at Skeptical Texans on Facebook.
All right.
Thanks.
So, thanks for watching. Buy Atheist merch, and I'll see you next time.
All right.